Hello, my name is Fred Dodson, and I'm going to talk now on the power of passion. What is your passion? This is something that only you can answer. You cannot find the answers to this question with me. You can't find it in any book. You can't find it in the world or society. You know what your love is, what your passion is. And the reason I ask is because the energy of passion is what drives everything. To have this energy means to have a strong body and abundant health. Because when the energy of passion courses through your body, when love runs through your body, you're never sick, you're never unhealthy. Illness only comes about when you begin to give up, when you lose interest in life, when you lose your passion, when you lose love. Passion is what drives success. So when you have this energy of passion, success comes easily. You're magnetic to it, and you're also willing to do the work required for it. So, what is your passion? What is it worth getting up for in the morning? You see, when I was a little child or a young boy, I often had difficulty going to school because I felt no passion for school. It did not interest me much. These second-hand answers. So things looked grey. And my only relief when getting up in the morning was to have breakfast and then go to the school bus and then go to school day by day by day, like in Groundhog Day. And it was heavy, a heavy feeling in the morning, a feeling of depression, of apathy, of heaviness. And then one day, I met this girl. I saw this girl. I liked this girl. She was in my class. And as through a miracle, she was suddenly seated right beside me. And I fell in love with her. And then I looked forward to going to school every day. In fact, I couldn't wait to get to school. I got up earlier in the morning. My parents did not have to shout me out of bed. I was eager to go to school. I missed and skipped breakfast. I didn't care about breakfast. I just wanted to get to school. I went into the bus looking forward to school. I sat in school doing a good job because I wanted to look good in front of her. So just a little bit of love and passion changed my entire world. And as a kid, I thought, well, what is this? Everything looks beautiful and bright. All of a sudden, I can do my homework with ease. I get up in the morning feeling strong. And that's all just because of one emotion, the emotion of passion. The passion that drives us. So passion is really a basis of health and success. So, what is it worth working for? What is it worth investing your time and energy for? What is your love, the love in your life? What career could you be passionate about? In other words, what work or job would you also be willing to do for free? You see, if you were willing to do it for free, that means you're passionate about it. My job as a coach and author, I'd also do it for free. If nobody paid me for it, and I did it for free before people paid me for it. I worked for free. I wrote books without getting any money for it because it was my passion. And of course, that's the only thing that can sustain you financially for life. Something you're passionate about is the only thing that can really sustain you. That which you would do for free is that which you will make a lot of money for. Because that's who you really are. It's your true nature. It's what you are good at. Now, if you've spent a lot of years suppressing your passion, suppressing your emotions, then it might take some time to dig out what your true interests and passions are. But this is a process worth going into. You might not be able to immediately answer, what is my passion? You might have forgotten. Your day might be so full of tasks and things and routines that you just don't know. And it's buried under all of that. And that's okay. But just beginning with a question, just asking the question, what is my passion? Asking yourself this question, keeping it open, asking it day by day, will eventually reveal what it is you are here for. Because again, I cannot answer that. The answers you are seeking are not outside. They're not in this video. Why are you watching this video? Just kidding, but only half kidding, you see, because the answers really are not here. You are looking, if you're looking externally to a video or a book or a teacher or a seminar or anything at all, that's okay temporarily, but that's not where you will find the ultimate answer. Where are your passions? Where is your passion? If you suppress a lot of your emotions, such as shame, guilt, fear, anger, sadness, you also suppress your passion, by the way, because these negative emotions, they are passion on the negative polarity side, you see? But by suppressing this energy, you suppress your life energy. So anger is actually passion on the negative polarity. Anger is destructive passion. Passion is constructive passion. So by suppressing your anger, because we're all afraid of it, because it causes violence and war, but that's only half the story. By suppressing this anger, you also suppress your passion. So when you're fearful, shameful, sad, angry, that's actually an opportunity to become more conscious, and instead of reactive, where you start lashing out at others or being violent, you could use that energy and channel it into something constructive. You could convert anger to passion. You could convert fear to courage if you're a little bit more conscious with these emotions, instead of immediately trying to get rid of them or asking me, oh Fred, how do I get rid of these emotions as quickly as possible? No. You don't want to get rid of emotions. You want to use the energy for something positive, for something constructive. And anger is a very useful energy if you can turn it into passion. It is life energy. When you are angry, you are focused, you are present in the here and now more than most of the time. You see, there's no distraction and no frustration or tiredness. When you are angry, you are focused. The only question is, how could you bring that anger, instead of channeling it into destructive things such as violence and shouting, how could you channel it into creative things, into passion? That's something you can learn. There's a lot to learn in regards to passion. So, again, what is your passion? You know that. You know the answer deep inside. And who would you have to be to fulfill your passion? That's a question you can ask yourself. Who would I have to be to create what I want to create? As you keep that question open, instead of coming to a conclusion or looking for answers, just keep it open, more and more answers arise. You ask, who would I have to be to live my passion? Who would I have to be to create what I like? And you keep asking that, and the answers that come up, if you don't settle for one answers, they become better and better. You remain in the being. You hold that thought in mind. Who would I have to be to create what I like? Who would I have to be to fulfill my passions? And if you're looking for a career that is right for you, the question would be, how could I combine my passion with the passion of people? How could I combine what I like with the market demand? You see, in financial creation, that's the key question. You have to combine your passion with the passions of others so that you provide something that is of value to them. If your passion is watching birds, for example, that's great. That gives you energy and that's good for yourself. But it's not going to create financial abundance because watching birds is perhaps not something people are interested in paying you for. You see? So you ask, how could my passion be combined with the passion of people, with the market demand? That is the key question for abundance. So I hope this video provided a lot to consider, a lot to hold in mind, and also a lot to let go of. I know that many of you do not live their passion. That's how society is structured. We suppress our passions in order to fit in order to keep in line. 90% of the people on this planet are not even close to following their passions. And you say, okay, nobody else is following their passions, so it's not that bad that I don't follow my passions. It's okay. My life is okay. I'm fine. But you know deep inside, that's not what you are here for. That's not what your soul is here for. And I suspect that you'll have to come back if you don't fulfill your life's purpose. And do you really want to come back here? That's another question. So I'm sorry if this question makes you uncomfortable, but all change is preceded by a slight discomfort, by a slight shifting, a slight letting go of old realities. So I wish you all the best in undigging and uncovering your true heart's passion.